Hey there, good morning. Welcome to the Playwright Spotlight magazine. This is actually the first live that I'm doing. I started last year and got distracted, and I promised myself this year I'm going to get everything taken care of that I said I was going to do. So, what I did, I started reaching out to playwrights that have upcoming projects. And on the line, our first guest is Tina Bridges. They call her Tina B. And let me tell you a little bit about her. If you're in Atlanta and other places, you probably already know, but I'm going to read her bio anyway. Why? Because it's my show and I can do what I want to do, right? Hello. Okay. So she is the creator, director, and producer of the hit stage play, The Shell of a Man. Tina Bridges is a dynamic force in theater, known for bringing raw emotion and powerful storytelling to the stage. Tina Bridges uses creative vision to highlight the struggles, strength, and transformation of the human spirit and to tap into the mental health of men. So, right on the line, we have Miss Tina Bridges. Tina B, hey.
Hey, what's up?
So, welcome to the Playwright Spotlight. And
Yeah,
congratulations for being our first live guest. And
thank you.
they will see this on Facebook, and there's going to be a live virtual magazine also. It exists. I just need to go ahead and do it. But
Okay.
so, outside of what I said, tell us a little bit about Tina B.
All right. Well, I was born in Atlanta, Georgia. I've been here all my life. And in 2012, I started a talent agency, a modeling agency called the Lingale Agency for Models Over 40. And then in 2017, I grabbed my phone one day and decided, you know what, I want to shoot a movie. So I just started shooting movie shorts. It kicked off really well. I started out with this short called Uber Love. I started out with one episode, and everybody kept saying, "What's next? What's next?" We ended up with 10 episodes of that, having a season finale, everything, merch, all kind of things. So I had the bug at that point. I was like, you know what? I just want to shoot everything now. So I just started getting people together, filming, and then I went to 2019. I went into stage plays. And my first stage play was called What Do You Want to Eat? Um, and it was about a women who can't decide what they want to eat. So how can they decide what man they're looking for? So that was the metaphor of what do you want to eat? And then went into the shell of a man, which the shell of a man is about 7 men and their issues in life, mental, physical abuse, um, jealousy, molestation, sex addiction, neglect, all the things that men deal with that they don't have an opportunity to talk about because women seem to shut them down before they can get all their, their talk, their conversation out. So I wanted to have a platform where men can actually speak and tell exactly how they feel, how it affects the woman, and how he can make it better. And so that's what the stage play consists of: 7 men telling their stories about the things that they've been through. And a lot of them been through these actual scenes. So, and the whole stage play is unscripted, which means no script at all. They, everything they're saying is what comes at the top of their head. And then they relive real life situations that they've been through or somebody they know that have been through those topics. But more than likely, they've been through those topics. And it just hit home to a lot of people in the audience who's watching this stage play because it's like it's real life to say my husband dealt with that, or my husband drinks and then he gets abusive and then he hits me, and then so it a lot of women can confide, I guess you can say, relate to some of those subject matters that those men are talking about. And a lot of men in the audience walk up to the men and say, I appreciate that because I didn't know how I looked until I saw the play and saw how it looks, from the outside. So that's where that play is coming into play.
Well, that's pretty amazing. I'm going to circle back to Uber Love in a minute, but when you're saying that it gives an opportunity for men to, well, you didn't say these words, I'm going to say these words, to be transparent about some things that they've been through or whatever. I think that maybe, I've never seen the play, but
Oh,
just hearing you describe what's going on, I'm wondering if, not only does that give them a relief, but it also opens an opportunity for conversation about things that they may not, because I think people assume that men should always be strong, just stay
Mhm.
whatever. Let me tell you my issues, but
Mhm.
you're strong, so yeah, you're all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
they, hmm
And at the end of the play, it's like a monologue where the guys actually tell their life story of what they went through, and it's just an opportunity for them to talk without no interruptions, without because we as women tend to be like, but you said, but you, but what, we're always interjecting, and they'll just shut down, and so this way in the play they get to actually just talk and say what their problem is, what their issue is, if they want to cry, if they want to sing, if they want to yell, scream, whatever they feeling, they can actually be transparent at that moment or vulnerable at that moment, and you get to see the real person. So yeah.
giving them an opportunity to be vulnerable, I think, is kind of a strong point,
Hmm.
because men, I don't know, men probably feel that there is no safe place to be vulnerable because of
Hmm.
the expectations of being a man. Suck it up, be
Hmm.
strong. Why are you crying? You're not allowed to cry.
Hmm.
Men don't cry.
Hmm.
But given an opportunity to be vulnerable. So, I mean, I know you probably can't answer from the man, because I'm not
Hmm.
interviewing someone that actually did the play, but give me some of the feedback from, I'm sure that some of the actors have come to you and said, I did this play and it affected me, fill in the blank.
Right. A lot of the guys, I guess I would say molestation. He have a lot of people come up to him at the time, even came out at one of our stage plays. The guy stood up and told his molestation story of his, it just, he found a safe place to talk about it when he
Mhm.
saw the guy acted out. So that was one time that happened. And another, the same guy molestation, his dad was there, and his dad didn't even know the things that he went through as a child
Wow.
when he heard the stage play as well. So it was things like that. And just it really helped me look at men different, because I always look, like you were saying, I always think that men supposed to just hear us out, be quiet, listen, da 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 da. And the guys were saying like, yeah, we just need, give us 30 minutes. Like, just give us time
Yeah.
to come in the house. We done tackled the world. We want to come home and just take 30 minutes to eat, use the bathroom, watch little TV, and we're packing our problems onto them with all the problems they just went through at work or whatever the case, don't have enough money to pay the bills, trying to figure it out, thinking in their head what they need to do next because they're supposed to be the man of the house. Things like that we're not even taking, accountable of. We just automatically assume he got everything together. And here I am talking about Joni at work and she did this and I can't believe her and blah blah blah. And he's looking like I don't even know if we're gonna have lights tomorrow. So
Right.
those are, and the guys made me see that after seeing my own play. It made me realize that men have a lot that they thinking about too. They're not just in the streets and hanging out. They're really got some issues going on just as much as women do, that they would love to be able to tell people, but people will feel they're weak if they tell those, different subjects. And so they just kind of keep it to themselves. And then when they do say it out loud, we as women trying to take care of it, because that's what we're used to, nurture it. So we want to try to fix it when he just want to vent. He don't want you to fix
Yeah.
it. You just
Yeah.
want to get it off him. You know what I mean? But we want,
Yeah.
well, maybe we should go down to the such and such and like, no, I just want you to listen.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah. So this play gives them the opportunity to just say what they want to say without being judged, for one, and someone's actually listening, and someone who's understanding where he's coming from. So that's why it's a real big hit, because people are like, wow, man, that's me up there. Like, I've had women to be like, I went through all 7 of those, and I had men to be like, I'm 3 of those. It was like conversation starters on the way home from the play, because it was like,
Right.
oh, that's me.
Yeah.
I'm that person. So yeah, it helped. It's been helping a lot. A lot of the cast said it helped them a lot. Um, it was to the point where I had to get like what would you say, psychiatrist type help to really get talk to the people, because I didn't realize what I had, until people was actually in rehearsal and they're breaking down and they're crying and they reliving everything. And it was like, dang, I'm gonna need somebody a doctor here to really talk to people to bring them back to, from that place where they went. Because a lot of it is childhood trauma that you
Mhm.
bring into your adult life, and you wonder why you act the way you act because you haven't settled that childhood trauma yet.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it affected a lot of us. Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you have a man in your life, he would love for you to be his safe place where
Hmm.
he can be just as vulnerable, you know what I'm saying? And you're not taking his stuff to the street or anything like that. And you're not sharing it with your girlfriends or anything like that.
Hmm. Hmm.
He can feel safe to talk to you about anything. We women, we want to have a safe place. One of our biggest things is we want security. I mean, out of everything that we could get in life, we want to be able to feel secure and safe,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
But a man also wants to be able to go to his girl and just be transparent. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And a lot of times we live in this world where it says you have to emit some type of whatever. You're not allowed to be true, because that being totally true is not acceptable
Right.
to, being, just butt naked honest and things like that. Unfortunately, it's not acceptable because people will probably have a tendency to look at the man like you're weak, you're a punk, you should buck up and get over it. But all of these hidden things, like you said, they're affecting his relationships with his children, with his co-workers, with his
Hmm.
woman or women, or
Hmm.
how or why are they acting out, but who's taking the
Hmm.
time to dig in and find out what is really going on. So let me see, the shell of a man is coming. So tell us some about that. I reached out because you've got a this stage play is coming up pretty soon, right?
Right. It's actually this is actually will be the 11th time we ran this stage play actually. So it's coming up July 20th at Uptown Comedy Corner in Hateville at 3 p.m. So tickets are on sale on eventbrite.com. And yeah, we ran this play 11 times, well, 10 times. Just recently we had about a few months ago we did the stage play here. And so we running it back again. And it's needed and it's unscripted. So which means that there's no script, which means it changes. So you never know what you're getting every time you come see it. So I have people have been coming like 9, 10 times because it's something different every time. Some characters are changed out as well. So you just never know what you're getting. We add more things to it, so it's like you just never know what you're gonna see each time you come.
Because life life is not a cut and dry cookie cutter thing.
Exactly.
So the flyer says so many men face daily challenges and inner struggles that threaten the very fabric of who they are. And again, that's Tina Bridges' unscripted stage play, The Shell of a Man. It's coming July the 20th. Um, is it two shows, 3 and 6?
No, it's just one show, 3 to
Oh,
6.
okay, 3 to 6. And
Yeah.
she said that's going to be at the Uptown Comedy Club, which is located at 1155 Virginia Avenue in Hateville. Tickets are available on eventbrite.com.
Hmm.
So, okay, so she has a model agency for women over 40. She's also the creator of Uber
Uber
what
love.
was it?
Mhm.
Uber love. So,
Yeah.
all right, we'll get back to Shallow of a Man. What is Uber love?
Uber
I
love.
remember.
Okay, so Uber Love is the first movie I ever did with my phone, 2017. That's just how long ago it was, almost 10 years now. Wow. But it was one of my models drove Uber. And I said, you know what? What if one day you pick up somebody and your man is cheating with the girl that you pick up? And that's how it got started. So she was the Uber driver. Her man didn't know she got a job working at Uber. So he was over his girlfriend's house. And when the girl called Uber to pick her up, he come into the car too. And she catches him getting in the car with the girlfriend. So he's looking like, his girl, the girl he with, and she's like, "What? Y'all know each other?" So, and that's how it started from there. And everybody was like, "Oh my God, what happened after that?" Because he got caught in the car. So we came back with episode 2. What happens next, and it just went on, and every time it was like I just kept adding women. He kept getting caught with, he had his main girl and he would make up with her, but then he'll do something else. So it ended up about 10 girls he ended up like messing with or whatever. But it just kept going and going and going. And it's on YouTube and Facebook. At that time, I just put it on Facebook and YouTube. But yeah, it's got Uber Love, 10 episodes, season finale, everything. And
Okay,
everything
'cause
was shot with my phone.
I'm low key mad at her for going back over and over again. Cause
Yeah,
sis, what's
yeah.
wrong? What is it? What, girl? Really? I don't know. So the conclusion: did she ever get some sense knocked into her? What happened?
Yeah, well, yeah, you gotta go watch it to see what happened because it's
Okay.
crazy how it ends. For real, for real.
So she said Uber Love. It's on YouTube as well as, is it on Facebook? You said.
It's on Facebook. Yeah, I'm gonna send you the link so you can
Okay.
go straight to it.
I'm gonna watch it, right? So, so tell me now about. I know this is playwright spotlight, but all of these things concern you as a playwright. I mean, you as a person, in addition to
Yeah.
being a playwright. So,
Mhm.
tell me a little bit about the modeling agency that you have.
And I have another play too, which is What Do You Want to Eat? So if you want to talk
Oh
about
yeah,
that one
yeah, yeah.
too.
You did mention, what do you want to eat? Like, if you
Yeah,
can't make a decision, what do you want to eat? Then you don't
yeah,
know. You can't possibly know what you want in a man. Is that the premise
yeah,
of the play?
yeah. Because one day a guy asked me, he said, "So what are you looking for?" And I was like, hmm. I couldn't even answer the question. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Because we be sitting
yeah,
up there like, I want a man, I want a man, but you don't even. What are you looking for? And
right.
I couldn't even answer it. So it was like, dang, what do you want? What do you want to eat? Is the metaphor of it all. Like, you hungry, but what do you want?
Right.
So yeah, so that's why I came up with that. It's about a young lady who's out there dating, like online, meeting different people and meeting different guys that come in and try to, win her over, so to speak. But she's, no, I don't want him. No, I don't like him. No, and then eventually she finds the one that she really likes. And so that's what the play is about. And then I made it into a movie as well. I'll send you that link too, but it's a movie too. But
Okay.
yeah,
I think that is the one scene that you brought to the single scene showcase.
yes,
That one.
yes,
I think that's the one, because I remember, what do you want to eat? And
yep.
I believe that that's the one you brought to the single scene showcase. And playwrights, I'm going to bring it back. Let me turn a corner for a hot second here. I'm a playwright also. So one of the
Yep.
things that I'd like to do is, I've created an avenue where playwrights can bring in one single scene from a finished copywritten project, and they bring in your hottest scene, and everyone brings in 10 guests, and so therefore, if you got a project coming up, you have the potential of increasing your audience reach, just because you do that single scene. So stay tuned,
Yeah.
playwrights, for single scene showcases coming. The third one is coming back again. And again, I am Beverly Banks, True Love Productions. I love promoting people and what they're doing, especially when I'm promoting and positive things. And I don't think that this play is trying to, the shell of a man that's coming, is trying to
Mhm,
answer the questions as much as create opportunities for dialogue. I think that I can say that. Is that correct?
mhm. Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. So
Mhm.
again, that's coming to the go give them the specifics again as we
Okay,
close
it's
out.
Uptown. Yeah, July 20th, 3 p.m. Uptown Comedy Corner, and that's in Hateville, Georgia. You can go to eventbrite.com to get tickets and just come out and have a great time. Meet the cast, talk to the people. And this is like a black box theater, so we're like right in your face. You can
Yeah, I
actually.
love it.
Me
Yeah, I've
too.
got a
Me
black.
too.
Yeah, I've got a black box here too. So I have a
Oh,
studio here
nice.
in Forest Park, so I can set it up as a black box, and I love that in your face. I tell
Yeah.
people, as a playwright, I tell people one thing about live theater, you get a take one. That's it. A movie you can take 50. Well, you better not, because if you take
I
50
know.
and it
Oh my
messing
God.
people and they gotta edit all that out, you
Oh
probably
my
won't get
God.
called back. But
Yeah.
I love working with people who have live theater experience because they understand the concept of getting it right the first time,
Right.
right? So
That's why I went unscripted though, Beverly, because I was like, all the people trying to learn them scripts and it'd be there all day long. I'd be like, you know what? So yeah.
yeah, well, I don't know of. I'm sure maybe there's other. Well, I'm sure there's other unscripted plays, but that's a unique concept in that it
Hmm.
is unscripted and it's more improv. Would you say?
It's I mean, well, yeah, it's improv, but it's like the whole play is unscripted. Like you just talking everyday life. It's no, a lot of people think improv is like, you're a dog, go, you know what I'm saying, that type of thing, but it's not. It's like actual, if I was to write it down and you act it out, it's just like that. But I just don't write it down. I just give you direction and you go for it. And they come up, because everybody been through something. So it's easy to say, your man left and how do you feel? You're gonna go into that feeling. So it's easy to go there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Again, this is the Playwright Spotlight magazine, online magazine, and stay tuned. I'm going to give some actor tips. Of course, this is my degree, what I do, and so catch Tina B at the Uptown Comedy Club. Am I saying it right? Uptown
Comedy
Comedy
corner.
Uptown
Hmm.
Comedy Corner coming up, guys. Don't miss this if you've not seen. And I should be beating my own self up because I've heard of it, but I have never seen that. I've
Oh
only
yeah.
seen the What do you want to eat? The single scene. So
Right.
July the 20th, from 3 p.m. starting at 3 p.m. So get your
Mhm.
tickets early. She said this has been going on for a while now, and
Mhm.
you'll never get the same play twice. You'll never see the same thing twice. It's going to be fresh every time. The black box is going to be up in your face.
Mhm.
So you'll be able to see raw emotion because this is an opportunity for them to dig in deep. And they're kind of brave to me to boldly tell their story. You
Oh
have to be
yeah.
brave.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
it's
did
releasing it's releasing what they need, from them though. It's helping them to get it off of them, because a lot of times I tell people, when you say things out loud, it releases it from you.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Because if
Yeah.
you keep it hidden, then it can just grow and fester into this thing. And I'm imagining people may not have even understood why they respond the way that they responded because they pushed down something for so long because society says don't talk about that. Just keep that to yourself.
Yep.
So yeah. So thanks
Mhm.
for giving men and women an avenue to talk about those hidden things that affect their lives.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, what
Absolutely.
do you want to tell us as we close out this interview? Thanks again for allowing me this time.
Oh, absolutely. I tell people all the time, just use what you have to make it get put it out there. If you got a dream, just go for it. Because a lot of times people say you shoot with your phone. Use what you have, and if someone want to invest in you, they will. But until then, just use what you have and go for it.
Use what you have. No excuses. Don't make
No
excuses.
excuse.
Make it happen. Don't make
Hmm.
excuses. Make it happen.
Make it happen. I like that.
Hey guys, so again, this is Beverly Banks True Love Productions. You are looking at the first episode of the Playwright Spotlight, where I am grabbing playwrights that have upcoming projects that are positive, and we're just highlighting them, what they're doing, what their dreams, what their goals are. And yeah, stay tuned. If you have a playwright, an upcoming project that would could use an opportunity like this, just hit me up. I am TRU Love Banks on Facebook, True Love Productions on Instagram, and my website is trueloveproductions.org. Thanks so much, Tina B, for being here with us. And yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Bye bye.
Bye.